Good evening. 4 people are injured in a head-on collision in DuBois. Another break-in happens in the Jasper neighborhood. The Jasper Council discusses housing situation. And are you looking for a new adventure? How about consider kayaking on the Patoka? These stories, sports, and weather are coming up on your 18 WJTS News. This is WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson in for Bradford Raz. A Birdseye man was killed when he lost control of his motorcycle near a railroad track and was struck by a train in Birdseye Thursday evening. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says that after 8:30 last night, deputies were called to the area of the State Road 145 at the railroad tracks. Deputies who were assisted by Indiana State Police say that 57-year-old Larry Schwartz of Birdseye had been operating his Harley-Davidson motorcycle and traveled south on State Road 145 at the railroad tracks. Authorities say Schwartz disregarded the track's crossarms that were down to warn drivers of the approaching train that was about to cross. They say as Schwartz drove his bike between the crossarms south across the tracks, he turned south onto the first street, drove off the right side of the street and into a rock area next to the railroad tracks. Deputies say he lost control of his Harley and laid the bike on its side on top of him, pinning himself underneath. Deputies say it was at this time that the train was passing by and struck Schwartz, who suffered massive head trauma and was pronounced dead at the scene of the DuBois County coroner. Authorities estimated Schwartz's Harley-Davidson had sustained under $1,000 in damages. Deputies were assisted at the scene by Indiana State Police, the Birdseye Town Marshal, Birdseye First Responders, and Memorial Hospital EMS. 4 people were injured, including 2 young children, in a 2-vehicle head-on collision early Wednesday evening along State Road 56 just east of the DuBois Crossroads. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says just before 6 o'clock last night, 57-year-old Brian Baker of West Baden was headed eastbound on State Road 56, and for an unknown reason, his crossover SUV crossed the center line and drove into the path of a westbound passenger car driven by 54-year-old Janine Martin of Jasper. Authorities say both Baker and Martin were extricated from their vehicles and taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital in Jasper. They were both later life-flighted to St. Mary's Medical Center in Evansville. They say Baker sustained an injury to his upper left leg, while Martin suffered chest and abdominal injuries. Their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. 2 young children in Martin's vehicle, a 2-year-old and 10-month-old child, suffered minor injuries and were also transported by ambulance to Memorial, where they were treated and then released. Police say both vehicles were a total loss and credit the use of properly worn safety belts by both drivers and passengers for lessening the severity of their injuries at the accident. The accident is still currently under investigation, and authorities say charges are pending. Deputies were assisted by the scene by Indiana State Police, DuBois Fire Department, and First Responders and Memorial Hospital EMS. Jasper police are looking into the second garage burglary that has taken place this week in the neighborhood off of Geisler Road on the city's southeast side. Police say sometime during the day this past Tuesday, a garage on the 800 block of Geisler Road was broken into and several guns were taken along with other items. Now, during the overnight hours of Monday night and Tuesday morning, police reported a garage on the 900 block of Geisler Road was broken into when a crossbow and an undetermined amount of money was taken from the garage. The Community Strike Force Against Crime is offering a $1,000 reward for information in either case that leads to the arrest of the person or persons involved in the crime. Anyone with information is asked to call the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255 or at the anonymous tip line 812-481-COPS. Last night, members of the Jasper City Council were updated on the workforce housing situation in DuBois County. DuBois Strong President Ed Cole highlighted a need for community communities in the county-wide to work together in order to provide more options for potential new workers and residents within the county. Cole said one of the major obstacles that the county currently faces is the need to draw more workers to the area in order to fill as many as 800 to 1,000 jobs available in the county. Cole pointed out that on any given day, that actually can hurt the county when there is so much of a high number of unavailable workers. He says providing quality housing opportunities is key to bringing in and increasing that potential workforce. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says housing market within Jasper is vibrant.
People are actually purchasing those homes, and they're having them custom built, or they're filling the apartments that are there. So our housing is very robust. Whether or not it meets the exact needs of the current employment base or the hundreds of jobs that are open in the county is a little bit hard to be determined. But I would say very confidently that the housing market in Jasper is very strong and has met the needs of those who live here, because we've had growth both in numbers and in housing, as well as growth in population. So it was good to get the report. I think we will certainly, as advocates working together across the county, and that we're doing, and we'll see where that goes in the next steps through Du Bois Strong.
One of the items that came to light during last night's talk was the various tax amendment fillings among businesses in Jasper in recent years. Cole pointed out a study did state that in the last 5 years, 80% of the housing development within Du Bois County has been in the Jasper limits. Naturalists may bring their kayak or canoe for a tour of Patoka Lake at 9:30 this Saturday morning at Walls Lake Boat Ramp off State Road 145. Attendees may look for beaver, osprey, bald eagles, and other wildlife along the way and discover a bit of Patoka's past during the morning paddle. The tour will make its way to the lake within the lake. The group will travel over the remains of the Walls Lake Dam when paddling the waters of the Patoka River. Bring life jackets, snacks, refreshments, and sunscreen for the journey. Anyone wanting to meet the naturalist at the Nature Center may do so at 8:30 a.m. to car caravan to the ramp. Non-motorized boat launch permits are required and will be sold at the event for $5, but may also be purchased at the Patoka's property office from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. daily. For more information regarding this program or other events going on, call the Nature Center at 812-685-2447. Coming up, we'll have your weather, sports, and inform with Nancy Eckerly, the Executive Director of the Jasper Chamber of Commerce. She will be talking about Jasper being a quarterfinalist for America's Best Communities, up next on Inform WJTS News.